Former President Trump is speaking right now as he gets ready to head into a New York City courtroom for closing arguments in his criminal hush money trial. Let's listen.
Mr. Trump, how are you feeling about today? Are you confident with your lawyers?
Do you trust God?
Well, thank you very much, everybody. Make no mistake about it. I'm here because of crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of our country. He's destroying our country. This country is being destroyed rapidly, not slowly, rapidly. On the borders, on energy, on inflation, on everything you can name. Afghanistan removal, everything about what he's done. He's destroying our country. And he's also destroying it with weaponization. And this is purely his weaponization. See who's in the courtroom. You go, just see who's in the courtroom. You'll see. And you'll see where they come from. And if you report it accurately, a lot of people are going to be very upset. But this is all election hunting, election interfering. It's going after Joe Biden's political opponent because he can't do it himself. And they're helping out. And we have a judge who's highly conflicted. He happens to be corrupt. It's the worst confliction. It's the worst that anybody's seen. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. There can't even be the prospect of an impropriety. And it's a shame. Wall Street Journal editorial report today, Alvin Bragg hasn't proved his case in the Trump trial. The evidence shows why the charges should never have been brought. After 20 days in court.
That's former President Trump getting ready to head into a New York City courtroom as attorneys get ready to deliver closing arguments today in this final stretch of his historic criminal hush money trial. I want to bring in our legal contributor, Brian Buckmeyer, for a little bit more on what we can expect today. Brian, first, I just want to give you a chance to react to what the former president just said, and then sort of lay out what we can expect today.
Yeah, so as many of our reporters, Johnson Tucci, Catherine Falters, Olsen said, he takes the courthouse and changes it into a campaigning situation where he's talking about other things unrelated to the trial. But in terms of what we're going to see coming forward, it's the defense is going to start off by giving closing arguments. They're going to try to tie together all the evidence that came forward in this case and argue that the prosecution hasn't proven their case, that what Donald Trump did was either not a crime or he was too separated from any actions that could have made it a crime. And after that is done, the prosecution has their attempt to try to prove that they did prove this case beyond a reasonable doubt. Then the judge will give, I think, about an hours-long jury charge of giving the jury the information as to how they're supposed to evaluate the evidence, and then deliberations for however long that shall last.